I have always known since I was 13 years old, and I'm 46 now, that I wanted to be a choir teacher. I grew up just a few miles from here in Kuna. I was not athletic at all. The only thing I had was music. Music was everything to me. And so when I was 13 years old, my voice was changing. It didn't sound the same. It would crack and the other kids would laugh at me, and I was known as the kid that could sing. And I just said, I don't know what's going on. I think this might be it for me, you know? At 13 years old, my career's over and all that stuff. But my choir teacher at the time took me in her office one day because she realized that I was just having a horrible time. And she was the one that planted the seed. She said, I think you would be an amazing teacher. And those words right there were the whole ball rolling of my career. So when I came to NNU, as a freshman, I was a part of the band. I was part of choir. And then getting into Crusader Choir with Dr. Bloomquist. I did Northwesterners for a year. I also, my freshman year, was a part of a group called Ambassadors, and it was actually not just a summer traveling group, it was a year-long group. But the travel group part was the part that I think influenced me almost the best with going into teaching, because every summer I had a matter of moments to figure out who my kids were in my cabin, to try and figure out what made them tick and what made them function. It shaped who I was as a teacher. A kid can walk into my room, and some of my students who don't say a word at all, I can already start to unlock some of those levels that they've put up as a safety net. I've always told people when I talk about my college experience that my music professors, not just the professors, but Lolly Richardson, who's been here forever as the secretary, they all played a significant role in not just my career, but they really shaped and helped me to realize what my potential was. I had minimized what I thought I could do, and my NNU professors helped me to realize that there was so much more inside of me that I didn't even know. And the cool thing about that is now that I'm a teacher, that's exactly what I look for in every kid. When they walk through the door, I'm trying to figure out, okay, where do they think that they're at? And then where am I going to be able to help them to see that they're only scratching the surface of what they're capable of. My first job was in Melba. And that was my goal. I wanted to go to a small school and be everything. And I did 6 through 12 band and choir. Not only did I bring faculty in, but I would borrow music. I borrowed choir robes. I even borrowed risers because they didn't have risers the first year I was there. And I would call the professors up and say, hey, would you mind coming out? I don't know enough about this instrument, or I'm getting ready to do my 6th grade band and I don't know how to do band, back to, you know, picking their instruments. And so Dr. Willis and several others came out to just share their expertise with my students. And the cool thing about that is they gave the same time and consideration for my regular public school students as they did for the college students that are in their classes. At the school that I teach at in the Valley View School District, my top choir is called Choral Legacy. And it's a brand new school, and so I got to pick the name, and I'm big on the word legacy. As you get up in your years, you begin to start thinking about what your legacy will be. My father's legacy is that he worked 3 jobs so I don't have to. NNU's legacy is that it takes somebody who may not think that they have anything, and it prepares them to go out into a world where they can give everything. I believe that my gift back to NNU is, whether it's through giving or money or praying, is to always just remember these stories that we've talked about and to share them with people, because I think that's the real NNU story. I don't think that you can persuade anyone to come here until they come to this fishbowl, take a few swims around the campus, and to see that God is here.